Hi, it's Sarah SMUTNY, your host of the Simply Balanced podcast. I'm super happy that you're listening in today, and here in this podcast we are going to go deep on gut health, anti-inflammatory living, spirituality, self-care and so much more. Why are you having sugar cravings although you're maybe eating more protein? I'm answering this question today in this episode. So, it's not that you're not having a strong will or that you're weak. It's often really just beyond your control why you're having sugar cravings. It's not that now, of course, you can sit down and say, okay, I don't control it, so let's just go on with it. No, it's just that at the moment you cannot control it, but you can do something about it. So the first reason is your gut. The gut bacteria in your gut, especially if you have too many of the bad ones, they love sugar. They nourish themselves on sugar. They command basically more all the time by sending signals to your brain. It's that easy. And that's why you are almost under their control. And the only thing you can do is starving out the bad bacteria and nourishing the good one. So how do you do that? You just eat much more vegetables, greens, leafy greens, and basically fiber, whole foods, whole grains, all of that. And less carbs, especially simple carbs like white flours and refined flours. So that's super important because that way you nourish the good bacteria, and by eating less sugar, and that's not so easy in the beginning because you still have the bad bacteria who want more. So basically you start reducing it and you start replacing the sugars. So basically you have some dates, which have already much less glycemic index. You use different sweeteners like maple syrup. It's still sugar, but it has a different direction in the body. Coconut sugar is another one. You start masking the sugar together with protein. So when you eat something sugary, when you make cookies, for example, always mix it with something with fat and protein. For example, almonds, flour, etc. And nut butters. That's super important so that you don't have this strong peak. And basically starting to diminish it, but that goes with the time. The more you nourish the good bacteria, the more your taste and your palate also changes. You will see it. So it's kind of, instead of restricting yourself and saying, I can never eat sugar anymore, just focus for now to just bring in so much more fiber. That's really the strategy. Focus on that, just adding. You call it crowding out the bad habits. And then finding nice recipes for a healthier way of sweet snacks, and you can find on my website lots of recipes, and also on my Instagram, and of course I'm sharing also all the time in my membership recipes. So that is the first step, looking at your gut. Also healing your gut lining, it all plays a role. So rule of thumb, eating 30 grams of fiber a day and eating 30 different vegetables. It also counts for herbs, seeds, grains, all of that counts in the 30 different vegetables per week. So that means it's a lot of different foods for different bacteria. And that way you really nourish a variety in your gut. That's super important. Instead of just eating 2 different fruits and vegetables the whole week, you eat a variety of 30 different ones. And as I said, that also includes herbs and spices and seeds. So it's really easy, actually, if you get more playful with your kitchen and you try new recipes. And you can also always add some parsley, some seeds on your salad, some algae, dried algae. Get this playfulness in it and always think, okay, what can I still add? So that's my tip. Second one is your blood sugar, keeping that stable. We already talked quickly about it. So how can you do that? Eating less refined carbs and masking your sugars, eating them together with protein and with whole grains. And of course, good fats. So never eat them alone, and always eat them after eating or with something like protein-rich or fatty. Then sleep. Sleep is essential, because if you sleep too less, that means that your hunger hormone, ghrelin, is higher than usual, and your saturation hormone, leptin, is lower. That means that you're more hungry, more unsatisfied, and you're always snacking. Yeah, basically. And also on top, if you didn't sleep enough, you're more grumpy, less concentrated. All this plays a role, and it really has an impact on your habits. So really make sure that you have really good sleeping habits, and winding down in the evening is super important. And go to bed before 11 at least, like if not earlier. To sleep at least 7 hours in the night, and a deep sleep, that's important. And that is more before 12 p.m. The next one is coffee. Coffee. I love coffee, of course, but I don't have much coffee anymore, but maximum one. I really listen to myself. And never in the morning. Never first thing in the morning, because that's really bad for your cortisol levels. So especially if you have anyway periods of stress, or you have already weak adrenals, then I would anyway remove coffee for a while and go for matcha and green tea and this, or medical mushrooms like lion's mane is good for your focus. And if you still like to have your coffee, then limit it really to 1 cup a day, and have it after your breakfast around 9:30, 10, like this. Between 9:30 and I would say maximum 1, because otherwise it impacts your sleep again. Yeah, so really be aware how the coffee impacts you, and if you can handle it well, then just 1, but not before breakfast. And rather have a warm lemon water in the morning. That's perfect for starting your day. Then stress. Stress is a big one, because stress creates, of course, a lot of cortisol. It limits your gut function. It has a lot of negative effects on your body. And sugar is, of course, amazing in that way to give you a quick endorphin rush. And that's what you're looking for when you're stressed. So that's why when you're stressed, you're very prone to falling into the sugar trap. So that's why it's super important to have healthy, wholesome snacks with you to reach to the right things, like almonds, dates, healthy homemade cookies, some sticks with celery sticks, or other vegetable sticks with hummus, something with honey, like a nice bread with plant-based butter on it with honey, nice honey. Can also be a really nice one. There's so many nice wholesome snacks which don't have to be store-bought sugar-loaded cookies, which on top have lots of refined flours, gluten, and dairy in there, which are all very inflammatory for you. So that's why, have something at hand, be prepared. That's important. Preparation is key. And also, something that is often overlooked is when you are having strong cravings for sugar, often your body is actually craving nutrients. Your body needs more nutrients. And nowadays with the monocultures, the long transport ways, and the overused crops, let's say, there's not so much nutrients anymore. And the food is 50% or less than 100 years ago. So that's why you need to supplement the right micronutrients and make a blood test, make a HTMA hair analysis. You can always reach out to me for that. I also do that, the hair analysis, and know what you're lacking. And be aware that the blood test as a doctor, when you are in the medium range, let's say, it means that you are deficient, because they take like a variety of old, young, sick people, and basically when when you're deficient in the blood test, it means that you're highly deficient, very deficient. When you're in the medium range, you're still very also deficient. So if you're in the upper range, that means that you're normal. That's my quick tip about how to read your blood test. And yes, so mostly when you have sugar cravings, you are lacking magnesium, B vitamins, chromium, and omega-3 as fatty acids. Most of the population is deficient in omega-3. And we have too much omega-6 in our food nowadays. So that's why it's also important to get a good omega-3. Yes, you also find that on my website if you're looking for a good omega-3. Okay, so some practical tips now. I love to give practical tips. Have a savory breakfast. That's the best way to start your day because you get proteins, that's what your body needs, and fats in the morning, and not sugar rush and a high, like a blood sugar peak. Scrambled eggs or scrambled tofu with tomato and with plant-based feta or herbs or, get creative what you want to put in there. Avocado, a nice porridge with seeds and hemp seeds and apple. Apple is not so glycemic. Or even better, berries, because they're also very antioxidant. You can use frozen berries and let them unfreeze overnight. Drinking a lot. Also lots of herbal teas. For example, also I love hibiscus tea or stinging nettle tea, super healing. Have always snacks at hand. What we said before, almonds and dates are very great combinations. Or otherwise, coconut yogurt with berries and nuts. Or hot chocolate is great with raw chocolate powder and plant milk. And it also delivers you a lot of magnesium and protein, the hot chocolate. It's amazing. Exercise, super important also against sugar cravings because it really brings you back to balance. So go running, do yoga or whatever sport you like, boxing. You have to like it and really find a routine. That's super important to sweat every single day. Really, I cannot repeat it more. So often I hear from my clients, I'm walking a bit. No, it's of course nice to walk. It's good also to walk, but that's not sweating. You should do both. So, walking, of course, as much as you can, but also sweating. At least 20 minutes a day. And then also bringing down your nervous system by, for example, the alternate nostril breathing, if you know about that. Otherwise, you can Google it. It's a bit difficult to explain now here on audio. Basically, you close one nostril, you breathe through the nostril, one nostril in, then you close the other nostril and you breathe out through the other nostril, and then back into that, and then you close it again and through the other one. So basically, alternate the nostrils where you breathe in and out. I hope this was understandable. Otherwise, just Google alternate nostril breathing and you will find a video about this. And otherwise, I have a really simple one for you. It's called 4-4-8. So basically, you breathe in and you count to 4. You keep the breath, and you count until 4, and then you breathe out, counting to 8. And that, if you do that, like 10 times after each other, it really brings down your nervous system. You can also do yoga nidras. You find a really nice one online. I also shared it in my membership. And you can do breath work. We also have one in the membership. Yes, you can do there's lots of things you can do to bring down your nervous system and healing your vagus nerve. That's super helpful as well to bring down these sugar cravings. Yeah, because if once everything is in balance, you sleep well, you have a balanced gut bacteria, you have enough nutrients, you limit your coffee, all of that. And then you can see the chocolate and you're like, I don't need it. It's really that strong. It's not that you look at it and you say like, oh, I cannot eat it. It's like, I'm not in the mood. Because your palate changes, your body changes, and it's so powerful. Yes, and that's yeah, that's my tips for you. I can really relate to you. I had strong sugar cravings in the past. So really no judgment here at all. We all went or go through this, but there's a way out. And for sure, without restriction, without forcing, without diets, just by changing the lifestyle, tweaking a few things, and then you are out of this vicious cycle and you can enjoy life. You also will lose some weight with that, naturally. And your skin gets nicer. You will feel and see so many benefits. And there's one thing that might really motivate you. Blood sugar peaks are have a really strong effect on skin aging. So if you want to keep a young skin and you want to slower your aging, then getting control of your sugar intake is key. Yeah. Okay. If you have questions, just let me know on Instagram, Simply in Balance. And I'm looking forward to the next one. And if you have any suggestions for new topics, I'm very happy if you reach out to me. And have a beautiful day or evening whenever you are listening to that. And always remember, what your body created, your body can heal.